Hello, I'm Morgan Brind, and one of the things that I often get asked is how do you do your dame makeup? Well, other than badly, I'm never really sure what to say, so we're going to have a go at showing you the process for getting ready for one of our little wolf pantos. I should just say that this is not a fashion statement. This is one of the under t-shirts that we get given to wear under our costumes. It's cut down so you don't see it above the neckline, and it just stops our costumes from getting too stinky by January, which is a lovely thing. First step, obviously, it's 2020. We have to sanitise, because what are you doing if you're not sanitising? And my first step for getting ready with any show is always coffee. So with that out of the way, let's get cracking. That's the eyebrows, left to set for a minute, and I've just powdered them down. So now I'm going to start putting on the base. So as you can see, it's vitally important to make lots of silly faces as you're doing this, and in my case, really rub the makeup into the wrinkles. Please, if you're doing this at home, do it better. Okay, I'm going to add in some highlights now, and I'm just going to cover myself in powder, and this is a setting powder which stops you sweating too much on stage and hopefully keeps all of this baked in place. Cool, so the next thing I get to is the eyes, and Dame is often a little bit like clown, so I'm going to use some white just to kind of accentuate the brows, and we'll try and sort of draw them up a little bit higher than they'd normally be. Sometimes the finger's better than any brush. And then just to set those, a little bit more of that powder. This time I use a white powder so that the white stays white and doesn't kind of blend into the face. I know it looks at this stage like I'm not being that careful, and that's because I'm not. Next thing is this colour. I think loads of dames use loads of different colours. Over the years I've tended to sort of do the same blend of the same kind of colours. It just feels comforting to me to sort of have the same face each show. Maybe one day I'll be creative and mix it up. Not today. I've just put a little bit of that kind of turquoisey colour on and blended it down into the white. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put a darker blue over my eyebrows, because even though we've kind of moved it, we don't move it too far so that your eyebrows don't have any kind of, expression, because what would be the point? So I'm going to use this colour, maybe some of this, because they're very different, and we'll apply that, and you'll see what that does to the face. This is exhausting, so, more coffee. Back to work. Obviously, if this were now a normal show, at this point, the music for the overture would start, and I'd realise exactly how late I am, and how behind, and how much I've still got left to do. So normally, I get a little bit panicky and a little bit quicker at this point. I've sort of hopefully balanced those to look fairly similar, and as you can see, the dark line still kind of keeps your expression there. And then I'm going to use just a little bit of eyeshadow powder in the most garish shade that you can find. You really have to hunt these things out, because obviously no one with any taste will buy them for their own face. And I'm just going to sort of try and blend that dark blue into that sort of turquoisey colour. I'm sure that that's looking pretty frightening from where you are, but just remember that this is for the stage, so they're going to be far away, and it has to kind of be big enough to read. Next thing is normally where it goes wrong for me, which is drawing on your kind of fake eyebrows, and I just use a pencil for that, not a real pencil, obviously, not barbaric, but something nice and sizable like that. Oop. Yeah. Oh. As I say, that's normally where it sometimes goes wrong, and you spend the whole show looking incredibly surprised, but just sort of trying to get a fairly level look, which I haven't done there. I can see that that's a little bit low, so I'll just square that off. I'm just going to put some eyeliner on underneath, just to help that sort of ping out a little bit. I don't know why you have to pull this stupid open-mouthed face when you're doing it. If someone knows how I can stop myself from doing that, do let me know. Next thing is just some sort of jollier cheeks, just to sort of ruddy her up a bit and make her look nice and jolly. So you have to pull a really silly face in order to do that. Then sometimes I pop a little bit of lipstick on those as well, just to really kind of give the concentration. I'm going to put some lips on. I know you're supposed to kind of line your lips and do it properly. I've never got the hang of that. Also tend to draw on a little beauty spot. Just a little kind of removal of the excess bit of powder. Maybe splash a little bit more on just to make sure that you're not going to sweat it all off in the first minute of the show. And then comes my absolute least favourite part of playing Dame, having to stick on eyelashes. I am useless at this and have more than once glued my eyes closed. I'm sure that does nothing, but I'm bored of waiting. So I've stuck this on obviously a little bit higher than my own lashes, and to kind of hide the gap, we fill her in with this. So that is normally what I do to get ready for a show. Obviously we need a little hair as the finishing touch. Plonk her on. There we go. Hello! She's in the room.
What do you think, Rob? Is this fire camp enough?